Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Antonio, back with another video today for the family. This is a video directed towards, we have a grasshopper. So indeed I should be disseminating this message as of right now. Hey, how you doing, grasshopper? I had no idea you were out here. You world leaders, you're fools. You're so foolish. And you gotta put up such a front to act like you're so powerful. The only thing that you guys care about is war and your fake politics and controlling people and every other thing that you can think of to do when anyone's not looking. I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I'm so sick of turning on my television or turning on the news or turning on social media and the president of America is doing something stupid. The president of China is doing something stupid. The freaking African presidential leaders, you know, it's a whole freaking continent full of different countries. And they're just getting picked apart by Asians, Frenchmen, and American Yanks. And you wonder why you need spiritual leaders and teachers and gurus out here. Like Sadhguru or the Dalai Lama, who doesn't even want to reincarnate at this point. Remember my lecture or my speech or my personal opinion about Adolf Hitler. Again, why is he bringing off Adolf Hitler? But what if Adolf Hitler came through your neighborhood and handcuffed every man, woman, and child? So you got to be able to put yourself on the other end of the spectrum. It's not just being the strongest or the most powerful country in the world, United States or China, what the perception may be. What if someone, while you were trying to be in the political rulers of the world, what if the very country, all the great civilization that you built on that continent over there, what if that continent just sunk underwater, or if there was just a great earthquake that just made everything in China crumble to pieces, or everything over in the United States? They talk about Florida being, again, the joke about Florida being a not respected state, or one of the states that's made fun of, or one of the last states, or it's hanging off at the edge. An asteroid is going to hit it one day. It's going to be flooded one day. We can experiment on those folks during the corona season because they don't care anyways. There's so many horror movies and so many historical lessons and events that have happened in Florida that you should be taking Florida serious. It's right on the equator. There's been so many Indians and foreign nations and cultures buried under this territory here that it's influencing things like me coming outside on my cell phone to express how I feel about these politics and these different cultures and religions and ideologies. I respect a man like Donald Trump that is able to lift himself, because again, things are generational. You know, if your father don't set you up to be a great man, then you're going to be, what are you going to be? You know, the whole Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker dynamic. Be discerning. You know, you don't want to tread through the history books and take all the ideologies of assholes. No, you want to look at these people and see what they did right and what they did wrong. You know, China wants to put on this big front, just like America. America has a little bit more legitimacy. You don't have to get out and steal, use subterfuge and all these things that China's doing. You put it on this big front, 100 years of all this and that and that and this. But your people are overworked. Your people are angry and frustrated to the point to where they can't even travel or take a plane trip out of their country and enjoy themselves. They go to other countries and badger and torture and make fun of other people. But sometimes you run out of luck. Sometimes you can't gamble your way through life. Sometimes you can't fake your way through life. You can't fake your way through military conquest. You can put up as many guns as you want, but how many bullets is in that gun until it takes time for you to reload? And when you're reloading, somebody can run up to you and chop your head off. You can have a dragon with how many heads the dragon wants to have. You also have Ganesh or Shiva or Krishna with as many arms. You also have angels in the Christian religion that has 1,000,000 wings. How much war and politics do we need to come for people to come together to realize that it's not about all these things that separate us? You guys must like fighting. You like fighting? Like I myself enjoy a great UFC or a great boxing match. But again, I could sit across from a Chinaman or a Jamaican or Britishman or Australian. You think I'm racist? Or you think I'm crazy? No. I can sit in a freaking chair or a beanbag with a white baby in my lap and tell him bedtime stories until he falls asleep, or a Chinaman. I don't have that problem. The identities that people hold on so much, i.e. my culture, my religion, the place that I was born, even though I haven't been there in 30 years. You so fascinated and you so proud about the place that you was born, but you won't go back there to make a difference. I gotta take time out of my day to come out in the front of my house in the middle of my street to talk to the world leaders. They probably don't even know I exist. They probably don't care what I have to say because they probably think I'm an idiot anyways. But my mind is young and your mind is old. And guess what? One day I'll be old as well. But we are living in the present. What can we do now to fix the world that we're living in now? We don't need people lining up in order to make somebody feel special. The thing that I don't understand is with people, if you already reached a certain level of success, why do you want more? If you're already rich, why do you want more? Take a cue from people that have already had children. People with children don't want any more children. Like, I mean, you know, the greatest gift of life is children, and we all want to expand and, you know, experience fruitfulness, and, you know, people want to have children, you know, not fronting, but, you know, being realistic and being an adult. Something that people that's meeting in these big, gigantic meetings all across the world, in these big world governments, have real life conversations. Real life conversations. What's real life conversation? A real life conversation is when you wake up in the morning, because the president is not God. The president takes a shit too. The president may throw up one day or get sick one day or whatever the case may be. May even run off on the plug or even have his own little mistress off to the side, i.e. Kennedy, one of the coolest, youngest presidents in history. Mr. President. But we have to be able to sit around. You have a war room, one of the greatest movies in the history of the world was dictated or shot in a Hollywood war room. And then you have grown-ass men twice my age about to get ready to fight. They're in a war room. Talk about you can't have war in a war room. We can't fight and argue in a war room. If you can't argue and fight in a war room, I guess the only other thing to do was to drop nuclear bombs on the world. Knock the planet off orbit. And now we all dead because of a damn solar flare. Because a damn Asian and then that African couldn't freaking come to a consensus that we need to be working 50-50 down the line, half and half. The Chinese are working so hard to secure the rest of the world under their belt, but they're running out of resources, which means they're running out of time. See, everyone wants to come down on the black man. They're originators of this entire universe. You look up in the sky right now. You see nothing but black. Everything we are, everything we created, and everything we will create in the future comes from the original. And there's nothing wrong with that. Other cultures, other religions, other races, and other groups of people have things that they can brag about as well. It's not always a good thing to be the first. But you people get so proud and get so inducted into your identities that you can't even see outside of yourself. Translate this and send it across the world in multiple languages. Chinese president need to sit down and have a freaking cup of chamomile tea. Whatever great Buddha leaders that they think there are out there right now, you need to take a puff of marijuana, calm your mind, because you've probably been taking on too much stress from these people as well. All you Christian folks out there, stop drowning people. You're causing generational trauma and generational pain. You're friggin' drowning people on a daily basis. It's not cool. If I want to drown myself, I can go to the beach for a swim. But again, I'm rambling. Just past 12:12, spiritual expansion. So I'm not going to continue ranting for the next 45 minutes. I assume that grown-ass people and world leaders have common sense. And you're not immortal. And we're going to have to deal with your kids, and your kids are going to have to deal with us when you're gone. Did you think about that part? Y'all foolish.